Hello and welcome back to Physics Teacher. I got a request from one of my viewers to solve this problem here from grade 12 physics. So let's work through this together. Now the first step to solving any type of problem, or how I tell my students to solve problems, is to read it out and draw a picture so that you have the big idea of what's happening in the question. So let's do that together. Here you have a child is running at her maximum speed of 4 meters per second. So I'm not the best artist, but you don't need to be. There you go. There's my child. Running at a speed of 4 meters per second. Like so. To catch an ice cream truck, which is stopped at the side of the road. So I'm assuming the ice cream truck is up ahead here. There's our ice cream truck. And it's stopped. So its initial velocity is 0. Then the ice cream truck, is 20 meters. Okay, so it's 20 meters away. So this is 20 meters. And the ice cream truck starts to accelerate away. So when the child is 20 meters away, the ice cream truck starts to accelerate. So acceleration is 1 meter per second squared. These are all positive directions because these are all vectors, but let's make sure we just write that our coordinate system just so that we're sure of it. They're all positive. Does the child catch the truck? Okay, and if not, then how close to the truck does the child get? So to figure this out, you can do this algebraically or you can do it graphically. Let's do a position time graph just to get an idea. So on our position time graph, you first need to state an origin. So where's the origin? Is the origin going to be here, where the child starts, or here, where the truck is? It really doesn't matter what you choose. I'm going to choose the truck, so I'm going to place the truck here. Okay, this is going to be the truck. Since the truck is there and the child is 20 meters away, this is going to be 20 meters, negative 20 meters, because it's 20 meters to the left in this case. This is where the child will start, right there, child. Now the child is going to move at a constant velocity, is not accelerating. So their motion on our position time graph is linear, and it's a positive velocity, so it's going to look something like this. Now the truck's motion, because it's accelerating, is going to be curved. But here's the question. Is it going to curve something like this, in which case they actually never meet? Or is it going to curve something like this, and maybe they do meet? Okay, in this case, you see that there's two intersection points. So this would be where the child catches up. But then since the truck continues to accelerate, the truck would eventually overtake the child. So, which one is it going to be? Well, let's look at what these graphs actually are, or the equations for these graphs. So we can denote their equations as position time graphs. So let's look at displacement. We're going to use our kinematics equations. So displacement equals VI delta t plus 1/2 a delta t squared. Well, acceleration, if we're doing the child, is actually going to be 0. So this whole term is going to disappear. So we're just left with this. Now displacement is final position minus initial position, and that equals VI times delta t. So final position is going to equal initial position is negative 20. So that means this variable here is negative 20 meters. And negative gives us a positive, but then I'm going to bring it to the other side of the equation. So I'm going to have to subtract it from both sides. So we're going to have minus 20 meters here. And then we have initial velocity, which is just 4, times time. So this equation for the position of our child looks like this. As you can see, we have our y equals mx plus b linear equation. Well, what about for the truck? If we do, this is for the child. If we did the same thing for the truck, T-R-U-C-K, truck, I'll write the same equation. So this is from our kinematics equation, vi delta t plus a half a delta t squared. And this one, initial velocity is 0, so this whole term is going to disappear. And then we have final position minus initial position, but we chose this to be the origin. That's where the truck is starting. That was our choice. So this is going to be 0. So that just equals 1/2 a delta t squared, where a is 1 meter per second squared. So that just equals 0.5, right? 1/2 times 1 is 0.5 times time squared. So our final position here is 0.5 delta t squared. So here we have a quadratic. Now, what you can do, you've probably done this in math, to figure out where two lines intersect is you set those equations equal to see if there is any possible solution. So if you did that, you would have 4 delta t minus 20 equals 0.5 delta t squared. Now you can rearrange this so that it's in standard form. So we have 0.5 delta t squared and minus 4 delta t plus 20 is equal to 0. All right, so you can do your quadratic equation, or if you really like factoring, you can multiply everything by 2 so it looks nice. So you have delta t squared minus 8 delta t plus 40 is equal to 0. So just by factoring, the question is, what two numbers multiply to give you 40, but add to give you negative 8? And I can't think of any at all. Now, if you want to double check, you can use your quadratic formula, but I don't see this giving any real solutions. That tells me that the child never catches up to the truck. So it's more like this first one that I drew before I drew the red curve. Another way to check is if you're allowed to use Desmos, you can always plot these two equations, just like y equals mx plus b. You can have delta t is x, so you can plot this as like y equals 4x minus 20, and this one would be y equals 0.5x squared. And you can see if those lines ever intersect. And they don't. All right, so does the child catch the truck? No, does not. But a follow-up question would be, how close? What's the closest the child gets to the truck? This is going to take a little thinking, so walk through this with me. So as the child is moving at 4 meters per second, the truck is initially not moving at all. So the child is getting closer to the truck. But then because the truck's acceleration is at 1 meters per second squared, at 1 second later, the truck's moving at 1 meters per second. That's still slower than the child. So the child is still catching up to the truck. Even when the truck is moving at 2 or 3 meters per second, that's still slower than the child. So the child is getting closer and closer to the truck. It isn't until the truck's velocity reaches 4 meters per second that the child reaches the closest they're going to get to the truck. Because beyond this point, the truck is still accelerating, and now the truck's velocity is going to become greater than the child, and it's going to start pulling away. So we need to figure out where this happens. When does the truck's velocity become 4 meters per second? So let's analyze the truck using some equations. So we're going to have initial velocity as 0. Final velocity, we're going to put as 4 meters per second. And this is all forward because they're vectors. Everything's forward. And acceleration is 1 meters per second squared forward. Now what we can do is figure out how far the truck goes in this time. So we're going to use this equation where we have final squared equals initial squared plus 2a delta d. Okay, so initial is going to be 0. So if we're just solving for delta d, just rearranging, is final squared all divided by 2a. So we've got 4 squared, which is 16, over 2 times a, which is 1, so that's 2. So we get 8 meters. So when the truck has moved 8 meters, that's where the child is going to be as close as possible to the truck. But we still need to figure out how far the child has moved. Because initially, if you remember the scenario, here's the child, here's the truck. It's initially 20 meters apart. So when the truck moves 8 meters, where is the child? So let's check that one. So the displacement for a child, since it's not accelerating, is just velocity times time. We know it's velocity, but what's the time? To figure that out, we're going to have to go back to the truck and see how long it's taken for the truck to go from 0 to 8 meters, or from 0 meters per second to 4 meters per second. Now it's pretty easy to see that it's going to be 4 seconds because it accelerates at a nice 1 meter per second squared. But let's just go on this side and use some equations just to be sure. So we're going to use this equation where final velocity equals initial velocity plus acceleration times time. Where initial velocity is 0, so time will simply be final velocity over acceleration, where final velocity is 4 meters per second, and acceleration is 1 meter per second squared. So there we get our 4 seconds. So in 4 seconds, the child is moving, so 4 meters per second times 4 seconds has moved 16 meters. So they've moved a total of 16 meters. Meaning, I should have drawn this line a little bit further. There we go. 16 meters. Meaning, it didn't even reach where the truck started from. It was still 4 meters away from where the truck started from. So the closest the child is going to get to the truck is here. So when the child is here, the truck is going to be here, a total distance of 4 plus 8, or 12 meters away. So the child is going to get up to 12 meters away. Well, I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more questions like this for kinematics and grade 12 physics, where we have 2 objects relating to each other, let me know in the comments, because I give my students some pretty challenging ones. I'll see you all in the next video.